Yo, what's up, guys? We back with another recap slash rant, and today we talking about the Falcons versus the Jets, man. Yes, the final score: the Falcons 13, the Jets 8. And man, when the commentator said this game was a tribute to Greg Knapp, every single aspect of this game was literally dedicated to this man. When it was the score, the touchdowns, the field goals, the whole situation. I'm gonna go ahead and break this stuff down. This is crazy. So, RIP to Greg Knapp. He used to be Falcons offensive coordinator and a quarterbacks coach. He was there with Michael Vick and Matt Ryan, and he also used to be a Jets pass game specialist. I didn't even know that was a type of thing. I guess I don't know. I never even knew that was a coaching job at the NFL, but it was. So anyway, the man died July 22nd, 2021. So it's only fitting that this score was 13-8. You know what I'm saying? So good stuff to him, man. And what's crazy about this connection too, he won Super Bowl 50. And guess who came in at quarterback at the end of the game? Trevor Siemian, who was in Super Bowl 50, who got a Super Bowl ring with Peyton Manning. How interesting is that? And guess what? Desmond Ridder had a teammate on the other side today, which was Sauce Gardner. They both went to the College of Cincinnati. Two connections right there. Also, Jeff Olbridge used to be the Falcons defensive coordinator / assistant coach when Dan Quinn was here and Raheem Morris was there. So that's another connection. And I'm looking like, yo, what the heck is going on? The right guard, I think his name is Wes Scheffler, however you say his name. He was our right guard. We actually drafted this man in the third round a couple of years ago. So it was a whole bunch of stuff going around this game. It's freaking crazy. Like the whole Falcons and Jets, this game was a whole bunch of stuff that you can just bring up and talk about. So anyway, let's get into it, because it's really not like nothing too crazy when it came to this game, but that's just crazy how, like, when you look at all the connections, you look at the score, you look at everything, like how the world just how everything just comes back like this. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Falcons, like I said, 13, the Jets 8. What's crazy, usually I do not like low-scoring games, but this one was interesting. And it felt like it was boring, and it felt like it was dragged out. Obviously, as a Falcons fan, I wish we would have scored more points. But this game was interesting. It was entertaining. It was like, okay, our defense hasn't gave up a touchdown in like 2 games. We have the longest streak in NFL right now, so that's good. Usually I like to start out with other teams, so let's go with the Jets. Like I said, they the hard knocks guys. They're the big, storyline guys with Aaron Rodgers. I thought he was going to come back this week and they was going to go crazy. Maybe he'll come back next week for them. I don't know how this is going to work out for them. But this man Boyle, this guy, he went 14 for 25, 148 yards, 0 touchdown, interception. Jesse Bates did get another interception. I knew he was going to get one, and for some reason I felt like he was going to get one in the third quarter. It seemed like he always gets one around like the same time. So it's like he's a third quarter guy for us. So that's good to see, because usually the third quarter used to be our worst quarter, being a Falcons fan. So that's crazy that we have somebody that can really turn up for us in the third quarter, which is good. Like I told you, Trevor Siemian, who was in that Super Bowl 50 that Greg Knapp did win when he was with Peyton Manning, he came in and he didn't really do nothing too crazy. He was 5 for 13, 66 yards. I got scared. I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the game, when they was calling, I'm like, oh my gosh, I already know how this goes. They're gonna be calling flags left and right, and that's what happens. Even though most of the games we got a lot of the calls, which I'm very surprised as a Falcons fan, we barely get any calls, barely ever. But it was cool to see the defense is completely be consistent, to be pretty much lights out. And it felt good to see us not have such a great defense the whole game, just to fail on the last drive of the game. So anyway, as far as their offense, nobody really went crazy. Wilson was only held to 3 receptions for 50 yards, which is great. I think the guys stepped up and all that other stuff, but we'll talk about the defense in a minute. So anyway, as far as them, I'm really not too worried about it. The offense, Dalvin Cook had made a couple of moves. Jack Conklin, he could have had some nice passes, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. Their main guy on their team on the offense was definitely that Gibson dude. 5 receptions, 77 yards, 15.4 yards catch. So good stuff to them. Alan Lazard had nothing. That man Rucker is good. Their tight end is really good. He had a big catch for them, but for the pretty much the defense was shut down on the Jets. It's crazy that A.J. Terrell had went out super early in the game. That was the matchup that everybody wanted to see. But the fact that we literally still held our own when they went out, and later on Nate Landman went out and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into the defense. So as far as the Jets, I don't really see nothing too crazy except for what's that dude's name? What's number 4 on their team on their defense? Was that man DJ Reed? He's the only one I've seen that really did something in this game as far as the Jets. So we're gonna move on to the Falcons. Like I said, nothing too crazy. This may be the shortest recap rant, but it's just the connections in this game. Like I said, the storylines in this game is really what made me like, wow. It's like this person was on the Jets, this person was on the Falcons, that person was on the Falcons, and the coaches was over here, the coach was over there. That type of stuff amazes me, and it's crazy. Like I said, that the final score was 13-8. That's freaking mind blowing to me. Anyway, and I told you when we went against the Cardinals how that final score was as well. But anyway, let's get into the Falcons, man. Desmond Ridder, 12 for 27, 121 yards, and 1 touchdown. Nice touchdown to Michael Pruitt. Michael Pruitt had 4 touchdowns last year, so it was good to see that this man get back into the lineup, get the only touchdown in the game. Like I said, I wish it was more, but it was nice for him to get out there. Nice passes, nice being efficient this game by Desmond Ridder. I feel like this was a great game coached by Arthur Smith. He didn't do nothing too crazy. He realized that Sauce Gardner was on the other side. I think the commentator was talking about like he didn't want to see that matchup between him and Drake. He wanted to see the tight ends go against the safeties, and that's exactly what happened. But most of the time, I feel like the defense, Jeff Ulbrich knew exactly what was going on. So most of the time, the cornerbacks was on the tight ends, just like DJ Reed when he was doing pretty good against Kyle Pitts. But Kyle Pitts, every third down, we was converting. That's the main point about this game that I like to see. That third down conversions was probably the best I've ever seen in a very long time. So it was good to see Kyle Pitts go out there and catch some passes. So Kyle Pitts, 4 receptions, 51 yards, averaged 12.8 yards a catch. This man did good. Bijan 3 for 27, average 9, and Michael Pruitt had that 1 catch for 20 yards for that touchdown. I didn't realize Jonnu Smith had 2 freaking catches this game, but that's crazy. Drake London, I told you, going against Sauce Gardner, pretty much the whole game, only had 1 reception for 7 yards, but he made a nice catch when it really mattered. Bijan, I don't think this is correct. Let me see something. Okay, they counted his total yards. All right, I'm about to say, okay, Bijan carried the ball 18 times and had 53 yards rushing, and he had 3 receptions, 27 yards receiving. So anyway, man, it was crazy. Like this game, I was about to be highly upset if we lost this game, man. But it was cool to see guys step up. David Onyemata, Nate Landman, Caden Ellis still leading our team in tackles. He's having a career year. Oh yeah, another connection. Freaking Jonathan Vilma commentating the dang game. Used to play for the Saints, who we beat last week, and was actually drafted by the Jets. And he was up there commentating the game, brother. That is crazy to me. Like, it is freaking amazing how all of this stuff is just coming together. And I like, even though the fact that he never played for the Falcons. He played for the team last week that we beat. I'm going to keep saying that because it was the Saints. And we beat this team. And you notice how he didn't have no type of biased commentary. Like, I told y'all when we went against the Titans, the commentary was the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. But now, for him to do what he did, come out and have some good commentary and see, we could have did this, they could have did that. It was good to see. So shout out to Jonathan Vilma and stuff like that. Good stuff to you, bro. He was a good Saints player and stuff like that. And that's how I remember. I don't really remember too much from the Jets. I remember as a Saint. So good stuff on that. But anyway, for our team, as far as the offense, the main guy was pretty much, they tried to give it to Bijan. But I have to say the MVP for this game for our offense was definitely Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder made some nice throws on third down. He threw the ball away. He didn't really take no sacks, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, Quentin Williams was all over him. The offensive line did great against a defense like that. Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all gonna flame me. The best player on the defense for the Jets wasn't Quentin Williams. It was actually Jermaine Johnson. I think he did get 2 sacks this game. Jermaine Johnson freaking balled out. He was tackling Bijan behind the line. He was creating pressure. So good stuff to him. I'm sorry. My bad, guys. My bad. But, that dude went off for them. and he was the main one and the only one for me that I really saw like make a huge impact on the game. So anyway, for as far as us on defense, obviously with Jesse Bates, dude had 8 tackles this game, 5 tackles, 5 like regular tackles, 3 assisted, and he had an interception. It was nice if we got a pick 6 again this game. But Jesse Bates leading the league right now in interception. No, that man Deron Bland got, but leading the league, leading the team in interceptions. Arnold Ebiketie is leading our team in sacks. But the player that surprised me the most right now on the defense is definitely Bud Dupree, man. Bud Dupree, this is his best game for us. He had 2 sacks, 7 tackles this game. Great freaking job, man. Bud Dupree. I like Bud Dupree. I liked him when he was at Tennessee. I liked him when he was on the Steelers. He was on my team, on the Madden days, when he first came out. Glad to see this man actually come in and do something on our team. I'm glad everybody seemed like they come into their own with, Caden Ellis, leading the team. This is his first year here. That man, Street, I think, didn't Street play for them too? If I'm not mistaken. And do they have this man? Didn't Street play for this dude? Play for... No, maybe not. Let me check. I thought Street played for the dang Jets. No, he did. He played for the Eagles. Okay, it was another green team. So he played for the Saints, which is funny. But anyway, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much the main thing of this game, man. It was back and forth. It was a defensive game. It was enjoyable. I'm glad we got a W. Now we sitting on top of the division with what they say, a game and a half or whatever they call it. I don't know how that works, but right now we are 6-6, and we are number 1 in the division. The Lions took care of the Saints for us. So thank you, Lions, for doing that, because we took care of the Saints. The Lions made short work of us, and then they made short work of the Saints. So everything is full circle right now. We number 1 in the division. That means we keep it up. We can have a home game in the playoffs, and Desmond Ridder only has 1 loss at home in his entire professional career. And we got to come out and do what we need to do, man. So... it's nothing too much to say, because this score was only 13-8. But as far as what I've seen, man, the fact that the guy stepped up when AJ went down, the fact that Desmond Ridder, he's learning how to throw the ball away, he's learning how to escape the pocket, he's learning how not to force stuff. I like that they're taking some of the shots down the field. Sometimes you got to take it easy just a little bit. But I feel like this game was coached where Arthur Smith wasn't arrogant. I don't think Arthur Smith is an arrogant dude. I just feel like he stands on what he believes in, which is not a bad thing. I mean, that's what a man's supposed to do, to be honest. And if you really think about it, that's what a man's supposed to do. So the fact that he didn't go out there and go, oh yeah, let's do this, let's do that. He realized his talent, what he had, and he realized their talent, and he did the best game plan for us to win. We could have had more points, but the defense really stepped up. On both sides, the defense played freaking crazy. But Desmond Ridder, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm so glad that this man Desmond did not throw no pick. Well, he did technically throw a pick this game, but it was a flag. I'm glad after the whole Drake London unnecessary roughness hit, he went in there. He was like, yo, man, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I like that as a quarterback. He was talking junk to the defensive lineman. He was talking junk to the cornerbacks, the safeties. He was talking junk to everybody. For a quarterback to do that and defend his receivers, defend his running backs and stuff like that, that's what I like to see. That's a leader right there, man. I told you I like this man Desmond Ridder a lot. It's great, man. It's great to see us finally. And I think they said Desmond Ridder, he got his first passing touchdown in the United States on the road. That's freaking hilarious, man. Because the first and only touchdown on the road he had was in London to Drake London, which is interesting in itself. We ended up losing that game, but hey, it is what it is. But his first game that he made a pass on the road, that's sad, man, when you think about that. I don't know if it's this season or his whole career, but I think it's this season. So anyway, good stuff from both sides. Like I said, Kyle Pitts, glad they finally utilized this man. It would have been nice to see Scotty Miller utilized a lot more this game, and Hodge, because I feel like a lot of the cornerbacks are tall. So if you got a little skinny, I ain't say skinny, I ain't mean to say it like that, but a small guy, come over the middle, you know what I'm saying, throw it underneath, that the tall dude's got to bend down and just outrun everybody. I think that would be good. But Jeff Okudah, good stuff, man. 5 tackles. I told you, Jesse Bates, good stuff on that. Shout out to this man Clark Phillips, for coming in and really being over there, do what he need to do. I know he got a penalty in the game for holding, but he really stepped up. Great freaking defensive game. He out for everybody. David Onyemata, I told you that ever since we got David Onyemata, he was the main guy that's been doing stuff on the defense. I told you he leads the team, I believe, in tackle for losses. This man is nice. Richie Grant had a great game this game. Clutch knockouts this game. And forced fumbles and all of that good stuff. Arnold Evans, Richie Grant, Bud Dupree all had sacks this game. So it was good to see, man. So anyway, I believe we play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. Like I said, this game wasn't, I can't really say too much about this game because of the score, but just all the connections with the coaches, with the players, with the teammates, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that was about this game, it's like, wow, that is crazy how everything worked out, how all worked out. All the way up to Trevor Siemian, like I said, him coming in the fourth quarter, and it's being a tribute to Greg Knapp and him winning Super Bowl 50, him having a Super Bowl ring, and him, like, the whole thing is just crazy to me. I just think it is wild how it even got to this point in the first place. So anyway, that's it, man. As far as when we play Tampa Bay next week, I'm expecting a win. That's going to be crucial for us because I feel like Tampa Bay about to probably come in the second place right now in the division. So we got to see how that goes. We're going to be at home. We're going to win the game. I told you Desmond Ridder only lost one game so far at home. So we should come out and we should be better. Hopefully AJ Terrell comes back so we can see that matchup against him and Mike Evans. If Mike Evans is going to play, I don't know his whole situation. I don't know if he hurt, if he not hurt. But we should be able to come out and do what we need to do, man. And I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm glad to have another home game. I'm glad to, see what's going on. I'm glad to see us at number 1. So anyway, see you on the next one. I'm out, man. Let me know what y'all think. I feel like I'm forgetting something, another connection when it comes to this game. But I feel like I said them all pretty much with the coaches, with the players, with everybody. So anyway, see y'all in the next one, man. Subscribe, like it, and all that other stuff. I'm out.